I've been overweight most of my life, and I've been confident my entire life. Some people think the two can't or just don't coexist, but let me tell you, they can. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Edna. Today I wanted to talk about something that has been coming up lately. People have always told me I'm confident, but I think that sometimes I get the vibe that they're impressed I'm confident despite my weight. Does that make sense? And sometimes I take it as a compliment. I get where they're coming from, but other times I wonder if it's like a backhanded comment, kind of. Sometimes it can throw your girl off. Someone messaged me and she was telling me a little bit about her story, and she said that she was really happy that I was so confident at my size. And being plus sized, I've been overweight, fat, plus size, whatever you want to call it, for most of my life, over 80% I want to say. So it is part of who I am. It's part of my identity, and I wanted to make this video and talk about how I'm confident as a plus sized woman, and maybe some tips that could help you out too. I do want to say I believe all women, all human beings are beautiful, but for those people who still don't get it, big women, fat women, plus-sized women are beautiful. So let that sink in, because it's true. Anyways, let's get started. I think the main thing to be confident and carry yourself as a strong woman is to find your strengths and focus on them. So for me, I like to talk a lot, and I'm a people person. I also think I'm really smart. So I've always focused on that. Growing up, that was my thing. And I think once you find what you're good at, you might be very patient. You might be very kind. You might, be an incredibly good musician. You focus on your strengths and nurture them, make them grow. If you focus on those strengths and what you're good at, that's what people are going to know you for. And I've always preferred being like, oh yes, that's the smart girl in class, rather than people focus on what I look like or focus on any of those superficial things. So find your strengths. We all have them. All right, so number 2. This one is a little, I think, harder to do, but this one is to cut out anything that brings toxic energy into your life. So that could be people, that could be situations, that could be things. If there's anyone around you who is bringing you bad vibes, bad energy, saying negative things, cut them out. I have a really close family member who I didn't speak to for 9 months. I'll link the video down below. It's a fat shaming video, and my weight isn't something that I've focused on for a long time. Now I'm on a fitness journey, but I still feel beautiful. I still feel sexy. If someone's bringing you down, you gotta cut them loose. There's different ways of doing it. You don't have to be rude, but you don't need that. You don't need that in your life. Now, situations, I mean, like your work environment, your school environment, work to try to change it if you can't cut it out completely. But things, I think as a plus-sized woman, now that I think about it, growing up, I didn't have a mirror, like a full-length mirror. I didn't have one. So every time I gained or lost weight, I didn't really notice. So maybe you have to move that mirror that you have in your room out into the living room or out somewhere else, or turn it around if it's bringing you toxic vibes. Just, you know what triggers you. You know what reminds you of certain insecurities or whatever. I'm not saying get rid of it. I'm saying take it out of your daily life for a little bit. Because what's important is that you have these positive vibes, you have this energy that keeps you busy, keeps you happy, and keeps you motivated. My third tip is to stand up for yourself. Now, I think that people deserve the benefit of the doubt, and maybe that's, maybe people speak in a very brutish manner. They're just aggressive, kind of, and I always give people the benefit of the doubt. But you do have to stand up for yourself, and sometimes it may be tough, but it's really important. Now, I've always been loud, and so I think that the level and I think power I carry in my voice helps me stand up for myself. And you may not have that, but it's okay, because there are so many ways to stand up for what you want, for what you believe in, and for the changes you want to make. So find your inner, I guess, beast, and make sure you stand up for yourself, whether it's a friend or a family member or co-worker. Let them know how you feel if they're bringing you down. The fourth tip is to fake it till you make it. Yes. So there was a time, I've always been really happy and cheerful and whatnot, but I remember, I guess I didn't realize I was doing this, but there was a time when I would wake up and tell myself, I'm a princess and I'm gonna have a beautiful day, and just these affirmations of positivity. And I didn't realize I was doing it until my roommate in the dorms, she was in the other bunk bed, and she literally asked, do you really do that every day? And I was like, oh shit, I do. And I don't catch myself doing it as often, but tell yourself whatever you have to tell yourself until you truly believe it. Look at yourself in the mirror and smile and just fake it. Fake it, fake it, fake it. And one day it will be your reality. That's just kind of how it's always been for me, and it's worked. So try it. My last tip is to stay busy. Now, I think that there's different ways of staying busy, and you can waste a lot of time doing things you're not supposed to, but kind of take a step back, look at your schedule, and see where your time is going. And if you have a lot of downtime, I honestly think that as human beings, once we start getting bored, once we start having a lot of time on our plate, that's when we start getting in trouble, when we start doing things we're not supposed to, or thinking certain ways. I promise you, if you have no time, be as productive as you can, because if you have no downtime, you're gonna hustle, you're gonna be busy, and next thing you know, you've reached goals, you've done really well on projects, or you started doing your hobbies, you started getting good at something you really wanted to learn. Like, it just all kinds of trickles down, but you really have to take those baby steps first, and then just have a solid schedule where you're busy, and you're just busy and busy and busy, and next thing you know, you're that person that you always wanted to be. That's basically it for the video. Hopefully this helped you out a little bit. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!